Presenting Colorx. Color stories at your fingertips. Colorx is a very useful tool to quickly create numerous color stories on a given knit design image or a scanned fabric image.
The whole concept starts with first a quick replacement of colors in the existing image, followed by creation of the color stories.
To create color stories, the image could be any JPEG image, like a scanned fabric, a garment photo, or an artwork of a striper pattern.
Let's load a scanned striper fabric image to demonstrate.
Color replacement is a simple drag-and-drop process.
The colors for replacement can be dragged from the loaded color palette.
You can create your own color palette and use it for color replacement.
Let's replace colors of this fabric image.
Adjust the tolerance bar to include range of different tones of the image color.
Also adjust the brightness bar to match light effects of the new color with the image color.
There could be multiple drags to get complete replacement of the color. Colors are replaced, keeping the texture and light effect details in the original image intact.
Once the colors are replaced, there are two ways by which you can create more colorways.
Either you can create the colorways manually, as shown earlier, or allow the software to generate colorways randomly on its own.
Auto color creation is an extraordinary feature of Colorx.
In the auto mode, the software picks up colors randomly from the loaded color palette.
Every time you press Ctrl+A, a new color combination is generated.
Press Ctrl+A to create auto colorways. And so on.
There is one more option where you can lock one or multiple colors, and allow the software to create auto color combos on the remaining colors.
You can lock or unlock a color by double-clicking on that color.
Let's lock the mustard color, and play auto color on the remaining two colors.
Press Ctrl+A to create auto colorways.
While the mustard color is locked, the other two colors are replaced randomly.
Locked color. Now, let's lock one more color, and play auto colors.
Press Ctrl+A to create auto colorways.
Locked color. And so on.
As mentioned earlier, you can create your own color palette, and use it for color replacement.
Apart from using Windows Standard Color Picker to add new colors, there is an interesting way of adding colors to the color palette.
In this method, to add a new color, you can simply load any JPEG image, and drag any color of your choice, and drop it onto the required box of the color palette.
Let's load a JPEG image and demonstrate.
To create a new color palette from the loaded JPEG image of a mood board, let's first reset the existing color palette.
Now, simply drag and drop any color from this image to add to the color palette.
And so on.
Let's save this color palette.
Although we provide variety of color palettes, you can create your own color palettes based on different themes, or a palette of your stock yarn colors.
Now you can use this color palette for color replacement, or for auto color play.
To demonstrate, let's load a color replace design.
A color replaced image can be saved as a reusable design.
You can replace the colors anytime after loading the saved design.
In this saved design, this is the original image,
while this is the color replaced image.
As shown earlier, every time you press Ctrl+A, a new color option is generated.
This option works well if you want to have a close look at each of the auto-generated image, where random colorways unfold one after another.
How about creating a quick color collage of the loaded image based on the selected thematic color palette?
Let's demonstrate.
Let's first load the color palette which we created earlier from the mood board.
As we have already loaded the color palette, click on the Auto button, located at the top, as shown by the pointer.
This auto feature, at a time, generates up to 24 random color options.
By selecting number of rows and columns at the top, you can control number of random colorways to be displayed at a time, from 1 to 24.
Let's now select 1 row and 6 columns to get 6 random color options.
To get more random color stories, press the Next button.
and so on.
You can save any image of your choice by right-clicking on that image and selecting the Save Image option.
Let's save a few images. The image gets saved along with its color chips for further communication.
Let's load a few color-replaced circular and flat knit designs and quickly create their color stories.
Press the Next button to get more color stories.
And so on.
And so on.
And so on.
Let's load a color-replaced design of a bird's eye fabric and create color stories.
and so on.
Colorx greatly helps to get numerous color options of fancy yarns.
Let's demonstrate.
And so on.
And so on.
It is also possible to replace colors of garment photo images and create color stories.
Let's load a few color-replaced garment designs and demonstrate.
And so on.
And so on.
Colorx would be extremely helpful to quickly get numerous color options during range presentation,
as this software is flexible enough to accommodate various color palettes. You have the freedom to work on different color palettes of your choice, based on different themes, like seasonal color palettes, and colors based on moods, or families of colors, etc.
Now, let's create a few color stories based on different color themes by loading the corresponding palettes.
Let's load the palette of earth colors and create color stories.
And so on.
Let's load the palette of cool colors.
And so on.
You can also load your artwork of the striper pattern, or of the garment created in any other software.
Let's load a few color-replaced designs of a striper pattern artwork and create color stories.
Let's create color stories in this loaded design of a striper pattern artwork.
And so on.
And so on.
As you must have noticed, in the earlier examples, the color stories appear with a complete randomness of colors from the selected color palette.
What if you want to have color stories with a similar parity?
The software has a facility to create color stories with a similar parity, as shown in the next auto option.
Here, all the color stories appear with colors of a similar parity. And so on.
Let's load an artwork of a color-replaced polo t-shirt and create color stories.
and so on. With Colorx, you are never short of color stories.
Thank you for watching.